I'm so happy to be here. Literally, please give Debbie a hug. She set this up for you guys. And just a big shout out to all of you guys in Illinois. I wish I could be there live, but I'm happy to be here virtually for you. And so I wanted to help you guys understand some of the issues that you might be dealing with. And the thing about it when it comes to like essential oils and young living and this idea of purity and why is young living the only one, right? I mean, really, who does not have a, like, raise your hand, who does not have a serious problem with that? Because there can't be just one oil company that's the best oil company, right? I mean, really? Okay, so part of the fun for us to understand is that, yes, in normal businesses that can't necessarily be true, right? However, when you look at the artistry of things, right, there's only one Picasso. There's only one, I don't know, I don't know the chefs, but like Wolfgang Puck, there's only one superstar when it comes to art. And we understand that and we recognize that. But when it comes to commercialism, you feel like, well, I like Sony, but you're okay if you like Samsung. Or I'm an Apple user, but I'm okay if you're an Android user, right? Like, it's kind of like you have this choice because they're both good. It's just a matter of like how you feel, okay? It's opinion based. So I'm going to help you understand why Young Living is not opinion based, okay? It's kind of like understanding why somebody who is this master chef, why their lasagna is going to taste so much better than the TV brand, the TV boxed lasagna that you throw in the microwave, right? I mean, straight up, it's still lasagna. Isn't it the same? No, we get that, okay? We also get that when you take a cookie and you make a cookie from scratch and you've got all the ingredients and it's all the same. This person has eggs and you have eggs. This person has sugar and you have sugar. This person has vanilla extract and you have vanilla extract. Well, what if your eggs are from your own chickens in your backyard? What if the butter you're using is fresh butter? What if their eggs are just the crappy, cheapest eggs they can buy at the grocery store with tons of hormones in it? What if their butter is not butter, it's Crisco, because, it's cheaper and we all know Crisco's great, right? Okay, so what if they're using the imitation brand extract and you're using the pure one? Same recipe, totally different outcome, okay? Like totally different outcome. And so Young Living Essential Oils is Gary Young coined the term therapeutic grade essential oils. Now, we get a lot of flack for that because everyone in the oils industry will say there's no such thing. They're right. There's no such thing because he made it up. It's actually, there's a reason for why he made it up. So if you understand that you have something different, right? Like, I was a wedding photographer back in the day, and I understood that my brand was very different than the average wedding photographer. And how I couldn't figure out, how can I delineate myself from everyone else? All those other photographers that are just terrible, sorry, but like I had something that was different. And I worked with a business coach at length about this, and we came up with the idea that, well, I'm more of a boutique wedding photographer that specializes in things that are different. So we just called it boutique wedding photography, which still didn't make a lot of sense, right? Because it's trying to understand like this idea when you start seeing a clothing line and now they're saying bespoke, and they're trying to kind of say, well, we're different. How do we term this that we're different? You're seeing today people coming up with, well, we're medicinal grade. Okay, there's no such thing, okay? Just so you know. All essential oils, if they're pure, could be coined therapeutic grade. However, again, it goes back to artistry. Why is seed to seal so important? And what is there beyond seed to seal that you may need to know about? And I'm going to help you understand that. It won't be too long here. We're going to get through this pretty quickly. But I want you to, in a nutshell, understand seed to seal is not a copyable process. It's again, it goes back to who's got what ingredients. Now, Yes, plant life matters. Seed selection matters. Do you see these rows of lavender behind me? That's cultivated lavender. Lavender in the wild doesn't grow like that. Lavender in the wild has soil that's kind of random. It wasn't tilled. It was just kind of, there's rocks over here, there's no rocks over here. It's kind of hodgepodge soil. They wild craft it because they feel like it's grown in nature. You're getting the best from nature. The problem with that is if they harvest and there's bedrock closer to the surface, there's no room for those roots to get all those micro minerals that would be deeper in the earth. Okay, this is huge, you guys. Literally, Young Living has a process by which they have several years will grow a crop, and then on a specific year that's to that crop, each crop has a different rotation, they will plant a specific plant that has massive roots. They will literally plant this plant for the entire growing season. The plant has massive roots that dig down deep as far as they possibly can, in some cases like 70 feet down into the earth, and then they rip that up. They literally take a tractor and they're ripping that up, and that's a good thing. They're just throwing it all away. But what happens is those long roots are going all the way down into the earth, into soil that has never seen the light of day. Like literally, there are micro minerals, micronutrients in the soil that far down that non-cultivated lavender would never have access to. So that happens, and now our soil is phenomenal. No other company does this. So once that happens, and then they plant their lavender rows again, the lavender is growing with natural. See, we are not pumping the soil with synthetic fertilizers, which a lot of companies do. We are pulling from what God gave us and making sure the soil is perfect. And then the cultivation process goes on from there. These are things that you may not have known about, but it's like, it's a science and it's an art. And the thing with Gary Young is that he understands this probably better than anybody on the planet because he's been studying it for so long and he's got his hands in the dirt. Every company that you see doesn't do this. There's not a single company on the planet, I'm not kidding, except for Young Living, that literally he's got his hands in the dirt because he wants to know what's going on with the soil. He wants to know what's going on with the cultivation process. All other companies, they've got like suits. Like there's a couple companies that are more holistic and they have like their people that kind of come and but they're not like how Gary is. Gary is so intensely personally involved with his plants, okay? Sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. So part of that then is for you guys to remember that that process is an art form. Then when you get to the actual distillation process, it's when is it harvested, what specific time of day, how long is that plant material rest? Again, every company that outsources their oils, they don't have control over this process. They just don't. There's no company that I know of at all, and I've tested 17 different brands and I've looked up all their information, I've called them on the phone, I've talked to people, I've tried to figure out what they do. They don't have control over the seeds, and they don't have control over the dirt, and they don't have control over when it's processed, like when it's harvested, how it's actually rested, how it's prepared, and then when it gets distilled, they might take a look at that, but realistically, they don't care. They don't. We do. We care about that entire process. And when you get to the end and you start distilling it, it's about exact temperatures, it's about exact pressure, and it's about exact forms of actual distillation and how the drums are, right? This is very interesting stuff. Young Living, Gary actually invented the cone-shaped still. And all other companies use a dome-shaped still. And what happens is a cone-shaped still, as the steam is rising, it actually collects more of the constituents of that oil than a dome-shaped still, where a lot of it will kind of drip back in. So our oils have this what I like to call depth and breadth of action that you cannot, and I'm not kidding you cannot find a better cookie, okay? There's no better cookie on this planet than the Young Living essential oil cookies. They're amazing, and it's because of all of the everything. It's the synergy of everything. It's no joke. You gotta research this and believe in your heart and know in your head that this is a big deal. This is a game changer, you guys. The thing is, though, so many of us reps will be like, I get that. And so I'm gonna like, oh, you can't use any other company, right? We go crazy on our friends. You can't do that. You have to be loving and accepting and graciously overjoyed that they're even on an essential oil journey. No joke. Just tell them, I'm so excited that you are on this journey with me. If you ever want to try Young Living, I would love to let you try some of mine. I love it and it's amazing. But remember, it's like we have to love on people as much as we possibly can. We don't want to hit them over the head with Young Living, okay? We want to love on them and accept them where they're at. But when you really understand that seed to seal process, it's a game changer. So I'm going to leave you with one more thing. Now, this is very confusing to some people, and you can actually watch a video on this. I'm going to explain it the best I can in as short amount of time as I can. When I was at Silver Retreat this last year, Gary mentioned, he actually talked pretty in detail about this, that the biggest thing for why our oils are so different is that he inserts frequency into the growing process. So it's a curious thing to me, and when you start researching Royal Rife machines, he has Royal Rife machines that he, during the cultivation and growing process, he inserts frequency into the plants. I don't know how he does it, but he showed us these really cool slides on his tests with how roots react to frequency. And so he had like 9 different plants lined up, and you can see the different levels of timing and when he inserted frequency into the growing process, and how the roots, remember, the roots determine the fruits. The roots of anything determine the vitality of the plant. And so these roots were wildly beautiful and long and robust when he added frequency to it. So again, I don't know the exact process of how that worked and how he does it. It's kind of like asking Wolfgang Puck how he makes his cookies, right? You could get all the ingredients, but at the end of the day, there's always some sort of proprietary secret sauce. And I'm going to tell you right now, the secret sauce, there's a lot, right? But the biggest secret sauce to me is the frequency, because every single brand I've ever tried, and I do a very specific action test. I test the authentic action of each essential oil. And what I'm doing is I'm seeing how they work based on my body and how it responds, because I'm very specific in one test that I do. And I'm not kidding you guys. I've tested 17 and I've kind of given up. I've no joke, kind of given up. Every time a new company comes out, or a company that everybody's like asking about, and I get some oils from that company, and I'm so excited. I think, I wonder if these people got it right, because I kind of want other people to get it right. I want that to happen, right? Like, that's what we all should strive for, is excellence. I am disappointed 100% of the time. 100% of the time. I have a list of companies that I've tested, and they're pretty much in order of how I feel that they kind of ranked. However, Young Living's at the top of the list, obviously. But if I were to be real and be honest with that list, it would be like the list of oil companies, and there would be about a mile distance between the best one of the bunch and Young Living. And again, it pains me to say that, right? Because as a consumer, I want there to be others that are just as good. But there just aren't. And I hope that this video has helped you understand there is a specific marked artistry that comes with essential oils. And if you find yourself using a different brand and you're like, I just challenge you. I challenge you to take an oil that you use all the time and you love it, and try it against Young Living's and just see. Just see if you can feel and experience a difference in depth and breadth. And what that means is how deep that action, the therapeutic action is actually occurring in your body, and the broadness of it, the breadth of it. Like, do you feel it in a kind of a robust way? All right, so again, Jen O'Sullivan, The Human Body and Essential Oils is my main group, and you can check out my YouTube channel. The girls in the group here will actually give you information on how to access that. And you just check out any of my resources. I have tons of resources for you guys from tons of different books. We've got 4 books out now on the business side of essential oils, make and takes, just basics of essential oils and where to start. And then also a really cool usage and recipe guide. So tons of stuff in the EOBar app. And again, as always, we love 31 Oils. 31oils.com is an educational resource group based on my materials. So I'm excited that I was able to share with you just a brief thing. And I hope that you understand that I am so impressed with Young Living, and literally I'm a true believer in this company. It's just incredible. And just dive in, you guys. It's no joke the best thing on the planet, like the best thing. So, okay, thanks so much again. We'll talk soon. Bye.